there's a reason so many classic arcade games were unable to evolve into classic gaming series. Actually, there are many reasons for that, but the result is always the same. You have one or two spectacular arcade games, all-time classics, and then there's the crappy sequels that strayed from the formula. And then there's more, and that's when the shamelessness and the compilations set in. It was such as the life of the arcade classics that were unable to successfully evolve in a post-coin-op world. And to an extent, I'd throw Pac-Man in that category too. The Mr. and Mrs. starred in two classics, but otherwise, a lot of weird stuff that isn't nearly as good. But over the last few years, that's been changing. In fact, some of Pac-Man's most recent releases are among his best. Pac is back on a roll in Pac-N-Roll for the Nintendo DS. Yay! Released in 2005, Pac-N-Roll came very early in the DS lifespan, well before the system became a monumental success with its DS Lite redesign. But back then, the platform actually had some of its most unique games, and Pac-N-Roll stands next to games like Kirby Canvas Curse and Yoshi Touch and Go in that very category. Now, let's get the worst part out of the way right up front. Yes, there is a story in this game, and no, a Pac-Man game should never have a story. You play as Pac-Man, this mega ghost comes from outer space, you lose your appendages, there's flirting, it's a complicated, awkward mess. Fortunately, the gameplay is less disturbing. In fact, it's delightful. Since Pac-Man is legless, you have to roll him around like a bowling ball. Once you've collected enough pellets, you can pass through the pellet gate and move on to the next area. And I like this for several reasons. One, it controls brilliantly with the stylus, and two, it keeps the fundamental Pac-Man elements intact, but gives them a contemporary spin. Each level's kind of like a small maze, filled with lots of ramps and bridges and gaps and all kinds of obstacles to guide Pac-Man through. They're tough to navigate, but the important thing is, they feel like Pac-Man. You're still collecting dots and avoiding ghosts and finding power pellets to turn the tables, but Pac-N-Roll puts it into a modern and genuinely clever new context. There are puzzles and power-ups, lots of things to keep the gameplay interesting. So, what about the drawbacks? Well, other than the story, Pac-N-Roll can be a little tiring thanks to all the repetitive swiping. It's also a bit light on features, and while its gameplay works perfectly for Pac-Man, he should probably send a thank you card to Super Monkey Ball. Nonetheless, Pac-N-Roll is still a fantastic DS game, as well as an early sign that this system was about to be something very special.